I'm Rob Mushkett with IR Supplies and Services. I'm going to demonstrate the proper assembly and operation of the new 880 exposure device accessory, the pipeliner. This is an 880 Delta Lite version demonstration unit, and this is a fully weighted 880 Delta retrofitted with the pipeliner accessory. Biggest difference between the two is you have an inverted 880 in a pipeline version. We're going to take the front shoe assembly, attach it to the pipeline jacket. Collimator. Shoe assembly. Shoe bolt. Pivot bolt. Hook plate. Take our exposure device, front shoe assembly, tip it upward slightly and hook it into the hinge position. Lift up our handle, insert our pivot bolt. Screw it in hand tight. And the same to the other side. You want to install the collimator. Collimating guide tube has the bayonet fitting attached right or built right into the collimator. You want to take the outlet port cover, put it to the yellow position, line up our bayonet fitting, insert, and turn down. Open up the outlet port cover and flip up the exposure device. We'll insert the shoe bolt through the handle. And again, hand tight. It's good enough. We'll stay in this position, or you can tip it back down. We want to take our hook plate, attach our straps to our hook plate. The polyurethane straps. There's a loop on one end. You have your tag in with nothing on this end. Take your hook plate in this position. You insert your tag in through the opening. Flip the assembly over. Press your cam buckles. Insert through the cam buckle. Now you have an adjustable strap. Take the other one, same thing. Drop your loop to the down, take your tag end, insert it through the opening, flip it over, press your cam buckle, and push your tag end through. Now roughly adjust them about the same length. We'll attach our hook plate to our pipeline accessory. I'm going to make sure our hook plate is facing this way. Insert the strap through the strap guide and then hook your loop to your strap bolt. We'll do the same on the opposite side. We'll adjust roughly to the length of pipe you need. We're going to be doing 6 inch, so that's pretty good there. We'll do our fine adjustments once we're ready to go to work. And there you have your pipeline accessory ready to go to work. The correct operation of the 880 pipeline accessory on 6 inch pipe. Form survey. We're going to drape the hook plate over top of the exposure device. And we're going to grab the exposure device, crank handle, and swing handle at the same time. Lift it onto the pipe. By grabbing the exposure device on both handles allows stable positioning of the exposure device. We're going to move the pipe liner into position using our body to balance it on the pipe. We're going to attach our number belt onto the pipe. You can then move the pipe liner into position, tip it up, and using the handle, we'll align the exposure device directly over the weld. This gives us proper source positioning. We're going to move to the front of the exposure device, reach over the pipe, and grab our hook plate, and hook it in. Using our knee, we're going to hold the handle down and adjust the straps. Ensure the straps as tight as possible when we're doing this. The exposure device is now securely attached to the pipe, and we can now position our film. We're going to use a bungee to attach the film. We need to make a knot in the proper area. Drill is still working from the front of the exposure device. What that's going to do is going to ensure that it receives the least amount of radiation. Also, it's going to protect the rear of the controls from being kinked. We're going to take the tension off the rear of the controls. And we're now ready to take our exposure. Form survey. We can remove our film and move the exposure device to the next position. Hand placement is very critical, and using the handle as a bit of a brake to get it in proper position. Still working from the front of the exposure device. You'll notice the tension on the controls is a lot less on the side position. Form survey. Remove film. And we can move the exposure device to the next position. Again, hand positioning very critical. Still working from the front of the device. Remove tension off the controls. finish taking our exposures on that weld, perform survey, remove film. Remove clock tape. Move the exposure device to the top of the pipe. You'll notice the hook plate is loose but cannot be removed off the pipe. This is a safety feature to ensure that the exposure device can't accidentally fall to the ground. It would just simply fall around to the bottom or slip around to the bottom round. To remove the hook plate, depress the handle and pull up to the side. And there, remove the hook plate. Tip back onto the wheels and we can go on to the next weld and do the same thing. Just to show some different techniques, on most molds we have to take 3 exposures, top, and then the 2 side exposures. You take your top shot with a film on the bottom. It's your first exposure generally. We can take our second exposure by moving the device to the side, clamping it on, taking our shot on the side. Then, as you saw the way Joe did, we flip it up over the top, take our third exposure. There's also other methods that we can do. For example, when we're in this position, our next exposure, we can take the device, drop it in, hook it in, allows us to take our third shot. If you do it that way, you must make sure to bring it back around the same way. Again, another technique. When you're in this position, you take your first shot, exposure device is on top, film on the bottom. You take your second shot, move it to this position, take your shot. And also, if you reach over the pipe, remove your handle. And using the falling momentum of the exposure device, you can push it up into the third position. Take your shot. There to show you some different techniques.